Okay, after a really difficult year here at Arcadia High School, dealing with the COVID situation and learning Canvas and everybody being online, we managed to persevere. But this was not just by the students or the teachers doing this. The administration had an enormous part to do with this as well. And this is Mr. O'Shea, this is our principal here. And so what I wanted to do was talk to Mr. O'Shea about what the administration dealt with on their side of the COVID issue. So Mr. O'Shea, what did you guys find in terms of administrators in dealing with a situation where all of a sudden 75 to 80% of our students were online using brand new systems?
Well, certainly that posed a challenge, but we're very fortunate that we had staff members within our building who were comfortable with technology and willing to learn new skills so that we could provide access to the content to all of our students. Was it perfect? Not at all. But as the year progressed, we certainly became more comfortable with it, and our expectations grew week after week and month after month to the point where we are today, where we're celebrating the graduation of the class of 2021.
All right, and so for those graduates who managed to make it through this extremely difficult year, do you have any advice for these guys that are going out into the world after being a year and a half pretty much locked inside, and now they're going right back out into a world that they haven't experienced for a long time?
Yeah, that's the $9.37 question, and I think I'll reference it a little bit during the graduation ceremony. But I think the message to the graduating class of 2021 is you never know what life's going to throw at you and how your daily routine could suddenly and abruptly come to a screeching halt, and you have to adjust and change on the fly. So you need to be adaptable, you need to be flexible, and you certainly need to be prepared because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We've experienced that last year and as well as this year. So as a young adult who's preparing to go back into the world, whether it be college or the workforce, the military, take advantage of each day. Make sure that you don't leave anything on the table or have those "I wish I could have" or "I should have done that" kind of moments.
All right, and then the other part of this is we're going to have a whole group of students that are coming into Arcadia for the very first time in a year and a half. We have students that were in 7th grade when they left school, and they're coming to Arcadia as 9th graders. They haven't been in a building in a very long time. What advice do you have to the students that are coming into Arcadia or that will be returning to school next year?
Well, first to all of those students, we're excited to have you back. We want you back in the building. We're happy that you're going to be joining our Firebird family. But in terms of advice, like every group of students that enter, I encourage you to get involved with something outside of the classroom. I encourage you to build those meaningful relationships with your teachers. I encourage your families to come visit us and talk to us and work with us as we take that journey together towards graduation. And as we've told all of our students, we love you for 4 years, but after 4 years, we're ready for you to move on to the next phase of your life. So as you're joining us and you're getting ready for us, we're excited to have you. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're not waiting to the last minute. And anything we can do to help you be successful, we're certainly going to do it. So we can't wait to see you, and doors are open for you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Just like in any situation, the teachers, the students here couldn't have done it without an administration that was supportive of everything we did. So on to the next year.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our assistant principal, Mrs. Seuss, and see what... Oh, okay. She's on the...
I'm just trying to find out if you're coming to graduation.
Last minute.
Okay, I'll see you at 5 o'clock.
What would be your message to the graduating class?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm just so sad and happy at the same time because I'm really going to miss them.
Right.
They're hilarious,
Yeah.
and I love seeing them just jump in here,
Right.
come by the office every day. But I guess my final message to all the graduates is go out there and explore, discover, just go learn. Every person you meet knows something that you don't. Mm-hmm. So don't close your mind. Just explore the world out here. This is the beginning. I love you guys.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the office of Mr. Haney and ask him what advice he has for seniors and what issues he dealt with throughout the course of the year as well. All right. All right, so this is Mr. Haney here, our newest assistant principal. So, Mr. Haney, what would you say was the most difficult time of the year? What was the most difficult thing that you had to overcome?
I wouldn't say there's one specific challenge because this is my first full year as an AP. As you can see here, there was a lot of computers that needed to be exchanged and turned in and replaced. And the other aspect was just working with the teachers and trying to help them get through the year, because as most people know, they had a whole new way of teaching. And we had a lot of veteran teachers have been doing things a certain way for 20, 25 years, and all of a sudden they're thrown into this totally new environment. So I think my biggest challenge would just be working with them through that.
Okay. And then what would you say if you had some advice that you had to give or that you could give to the seniors that are graduating this year? What would be the advice you would give to them?
I think for most people, graduation is a time where it is exciting, but there's also a lot of uncertainty. I feel like for 12 years you're in this like cocoon of education where every day you come into school, you know exactly what's going to happen, and now you're thrust into this new world. So as a kid, if you're nervous, scared, looking at it and it seems daunting, it's okay to feel that way. If you don't know what you want to do, that's okay as well. I think my biggest piece of advice is if no matter what you're doing, when you're doing it, as long as you're doing your best and you're being your best, I mean, I think good things will happen. So.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time around.